Hi, I'm Eloise.
Hello, I'm Stevie, and we're joined today by Gail Redston and Anita Clarke, formerly of Man City ladies football team. They're playing their football for the Walking England football team. They're here today to have a little chat with us about their time at Man City and also about their current football they're playing for the Walking team for England.
So to start off, we just wanted to know really for both of you where your love for football came from.
Gail, captains first.
Okay. Well, I'm the youngest of 5 and I've got 4 older brothers. And if I wanted to play out with them and I hadn't got any option, I had to go about kicking a ball about. I mean, you always found me with a tennis ball kicking it against the wall when I was about 6. So I've just always loved football. First female to ever play for my primary school as well. That was at Green End, played for the boys team. And then when I went to secondary school, obviously, we weren't allowed to play. It was forbidden. And I just lost a little bit of interest in football. And then I didn't start playing again until sort of mid-20s. And then I found out that Man City were having trials. They were thinking of starting up a women's team. So off I trotted and I stayed there for, 13 lovely years.
What about you, Anita?
Pretty similar sort of thing. I was always a bit of a tomboy, never in, always out with the boys, building dens and playing. And obviously football was a big thing. So for me, it was always something I did. I enjoyed it. All my family were United fans, so I picked City just to be awkward. That is my prerogative. So similar sort of thing to Gail. I used to play at school until I got to, I think it was about 9 or 10, and then we weren't allowed to play in senior school. So I just sort of messed about playing out on the streets and things. And then similar thing, I saw an advert for Man City ladies. Obviously City was my team, and similar thing, I went down and stayed playing for City. Played there for maybe 5 or 6 years, and then moved on to, I think it was Wythenshawe ladies at the time, and then back in the fold, playing walking football for City in England now.
Brilliant. We spoke with Dr. Gary James about his book that he did about the Man City women and oral history. And obviously he gave us quite a bit of insight into the team then. But for you both, what are your sort of highlights and memories of playing for Man City?
Mine was actually playing at Main Road against Man United.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And it was a UNICEF game. The season had ended and it was like sort of the end of May, but we'd also won the combination league that year. So we're all in the changing rooms and saying like, right, just hang on, you can't come out yet. I'm going, come on, I want to come out. We'd already been and trained and done the warm-up, but got back in the changing rooms to come out. Come on, we want to get out. And little did we know, but the combination league president was there with the trophy and our medals and a guard of honour from United. So it was amazing. All United girls clapping us out. It was just absolutely amazing.
That's a good one.
Yeah. See, I missed it. I'd left at that point. But again, one of my favourites, it was always the derbies. Whenever we played United and invariably beat them. But I think it was just that extra added tension because we were all City fans. They were all United fans, and on more than one occasion it got a little bit tasty, shall we say. But for me, I think just the fact that I could say I was a Manchester City player, I think that's the thing that did it for me more than anything.
Nice, yeah. And also obviously you're both massive Man City fans. What did you think of the women's season this year, and what are your predictions for next season?
I think I was a little upset that Rosa Lavelle didn't actually get enough playing time.
Yeah.
I thought, she's come all this way from America and hardly played. And I think I like her style of play. And I think she'd have fitted in really well. Obviously, the rumours have it that there's a few going and we've got a few more coming in. Hopefully it can strengthen the squad a bit as well. So I thought they've done really well. I think it was just a shame that Chelsea pipped him at the post.
Yeah.
But, Rome wasn't built in a day. how long it took the men's team to get where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with Gail. I think it was opportunities missed for us this season. You know, it was 2-2 against Chelsea. We had opportunities to win. Whether they were a little bit feared of Chelsea, I don't know. But, you know, like I said, I go to the women's games quite a lot. Good standard. I get what Gail's saying about Rose Lavelle. I don't think she suited the physicality of our game. Maybe that's why Gareth Taylor didn't play her. But certainly I think with maybe 1 or 2 additions, I mean, there's a rumour about the is it the Jamaican lady that's coming over?
Oh, yeah.
Potentially the Barcelona captain.
Yeah.
I think with their sort of mentality, I think we might give them a better run this season, even though it was only 2 points.
Yeah. I mean, definitely on the right path. Definitely. I mean, it was a great season. At least took Chelsea to the very, just pipped us really, didn't they? So it was, it's a shame. But next season,
Next season's our season.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So hopefully we can get the crowds back in as well.
Yeah. Let's hope
that does make a difference.
Yeah, let's hope so. So just with regards to your walking football then, can you tell us a little bit about walking football and how you both got involved in it, please?
Well, I was actually still playing normal football up until I was 61. I was playing for Wythenshawe Amateurs, and there's one of the girls that I know that had sorted out with City in the community about the walking football, and she kept saying to me, come down, and I'm thinking, not for me. It's not yet. Even though I was 61, no, I'm still playing 11 aside. I'm still enjoying it. I'm keeping injury free. Anyway, she persuaded me and I went down. And then the young academy lads were having a tournament, and there was the teams like Ajax were there, Barcelona, Juventus. And it was an all-dayer for the kids. And then what we did an exhibition game of walking football. It's the girls versus the lads. But when I'd been to the session down at the community, he didn't really have enough players. So he asked me if I could get any of the older girls down. So I think I ended up bringing about 6 of the girls down. And because the women's team had only just started off that time, the walking football, where the guys had been going for about 3 years. And we actually beat the men 3-1. They were not happy, I can say. They just couldn't believe it. But I mean, I think probably one of the reasons why we beat them, because we all understood each other. And we couldn't run. And I just thoroughly enjoyed it. So I thought I just continued to do it. And then I got a message of somebody saying the EWFC are starting up a women's England walking football. And it was one of the guys from City said to me, I think you should go. So I said, oh, no, I don't know about that. I was a little bit hesitant at first. And I thought, well, if I get some support, like I said to Nate, do you fancy it? And a few of the others, we went down. And we went to Romford and got it. And went down for the trials. And it was about 3 or 4 days later, we got a text message to say, congratulations, you've been selected for the squad. And then 2 days after that, I got a phone call to say, would I be captain? So I was absolutely over the moon that I got selected, and 2, it's an absolute honour to be chosen as captain as well.
So at what point did you give up normal football?
Same year as I started.
Okay.
It was sort of May, this season was ending. In fact, our last game of the season was on the same day as this exhibition game. So I think with Wythenshawe, we was in about 5th, 6th place, so we couldn't go anywhere. So I decided I wouldn't play the last game for Wythenshawe and went and played for City. Yeah. So that's when I decided, right, I've had enough. I wasn't going to go looking for another club or anything like that. So not at my age anyway, because you turn up and you go, who's the old lady? Who's the nana? Yeah, but I know, but I'll let my feet do the talking.
Exactly. That's it.
Yeah, I think for me, I hadn't played for a few years. I'd quite happily retired and forgotten all about football. And then, as Gail said, she was asked to get some of the older ladies down, and rang me up and said, how do you fancy it? And I was like, yeah, why not? So I went down to City in the community in a similar story to Gail. The trials were on. I went down seriously thinking, well, it's a day out, you know, we'll go down. A few of us went down. And as Gail said, lucky to get selected. And, you know, Gail's my captain, as she has been in the past. So that's a nice relationship maintained. And the fact that, you know, we've played internationals and just to walk out, you know, and daft as it seems, stand there for the national anthem and stuff, it sort of takes you back. I think we're in a similar position as we were in sort of 81 when we started the women's team, 88, sorry, you know, playing the women's game. We weren't accepted. Women couldn't play, you know, nobody wanted anything to do with women's football. And I think walking football is a similar sort of situation now. So it's like we've gone full circle. The Women's Supporters Club call myself and Gail and the other ladies the pioneers. And to me, it feels that's what we're doing again with walking football. You know, in years to come, there'll be, the FA will probably recognise it and they'll get on board and it'll be a bigger sport because, you know, people walking football, you can have some really entertaining, fast and thrilling games walking football. So, yeah.
And what's it like for you both putting on the England shirt, and especially for you, Gail, being the captain?
Oh, it was amazing. The first time when we played Wales, so obviously I'm bringing the team out, and my goalkeeper's behind me, and my goalkeeper's Anita. So it's really nice, you know. We're thinking, wow, it's like Anita said, it's gone full circle. Who would have thought we'd have done this all them years ago? And but I turned to Anita and went, I'm going to get the first goal.
And you did.
And I did. And the first person I ran to was Anita. Well, I know it didn't matter because the ball was out of play, but I actually legged it to Anita. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's an amazing feeling. I mean, the respect as well that you get, it's on another level, you know, from your players. I mean, you'll always get some when there's an upset in the camp, but a lot come and ask, you know, for advice and stuff like that. And, you know, when you get to a certain age, your confidence goes and you don't think you can be able to do it. And I've told a few of the girls, all you can do is give them, you know, 100%. That's all anybody can ask for. And let's hope we can just move forward. I mean, like Anita said there, I think it is moving forward because we actually also play for Droylsden Town, which is a guys. And they're welcomed us with open arms, and they've even started a ladies team up now. So we not only play for City in the community, we play for Droylsden Town as well. We're just trying to get in as much as we can, basically.
While we can. And it's like tomorrow afternoon I'll be playing with the guys down in Denton, which is that's Kingsmaids, which is a bunch of lads that sort of drifted away from the city bit because it's getting bigger and bigger. And there's loads of clubs now, you know, setting up on their own, which it's really, really good.
Yeah, but for you both, what would you say that the benefits are from walking football that you found for yourselves?
Well, I found that the fact that to build that relationship back up with all the girls that I used to play with at City. I mean, we were invited to the Arsenal game when it was the 30th anniversary of Man City women, ladies as it was then. And it was just so nice it was like we'd never been away. The banter was really good. And it was just really, really good to have that friendship that you think, you know, you've not seen for donkey's years. And all of a sudden it's just like they've never been away, just chatting away. It was really good. And the health benefits, obviously it keeps you fit.
Yeah, I think for me it's a similar sort of thing. It's nice to see people that you've known over 30 years rebuild that friendship, and as Gail said, not only the physical well-being, it's also the mental well-being. You know, I sort of work in the NHS type thing. With COVID, I've not been out, I've not been able to do things, but we've still been able to have the football and that connection. So to me, not only has it helped me remain healthy, I'm like sort of 58 now, and I can still play football, and my mental health as well. Absolutely brilliant, wouldn't be without it.
Definitely. Do you think it needs more media coverage in order for more people to become more aware and get involved?
I think the FA needs to get a grip of it. It's like everything with the FA. I mean, it took the FA how long to recognise that there was a WFA that was run from Manchester for donkey's years by what's her name now? Forgot her name, but she did it solely for all the Northwest teams, and how she did it, I don't know. And then once that you started picking up a bit and it getting more regular women's playing football, that's when the FA stepped in and took over. But it's just all we want is recognition, saying, look, we are playing football.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, I'd agree with Gail. I mean, you're probably aware that there's two England setups at the minute. There's the WFA and the EW, and there's lots of politics involved in it. And it's not about the politics for me. It's about playing football, wearing the shirt. And I think, as Gail said, maybe the FA do need to come on board. Maybe, just have one team, and I don't know. It needs some sort of coverage. As I said, you can have really good games of walking football. People laugh when I go, "Oh, play walking football." They assume it is literally walk. The standard that some of the games is just, it's brilliant. The skill level's still there. So I think maybe something needs to be done. It needs to be publicised more than it is at the moment, I think.
I mean, if you go on any of the social media sites, especially on Facebook, they've got women's walking football forums and lots of men's. There's lots and lots of forums out there, advertising teams, because there's no league as such. It's all friendlies that we play. I mean, we're in a tournament not next weekend, the weekend after. It's in Preston. It's called the Dick Kerr tournament. Well, Dick Kerr was the first guy that organised the women's football when the war was on, and it's an amazing tournament. It really is. And City entered us last year, and we entered over 40s and over 50s. The over 50 team, every single one of them players was ex-Man City players, and we got through to the final, and we got beat on penalties, which is, although I scored, man.
Yeah, I said about 6, the others couldn't score, but never mind.
Well, that's actually how I was going to, the question we were going to sort of finish the interview was to say, like, if people want to get involved with walking football, I mean, you two are obviously so passionate about it. It's very infectious. Where can people come along and either come and watch you or get involved? Is there anything particular that people can look for?
Well, in the England thing, there's a thing called England Walking Football on Facebook, and they announce all like the games. Like in August we're playing Ireland, September we're playing Wales, and then I think we're playing Ireland again. But in October, isn't it? We play Ireland.
October again, yeah.
And then next year they're doing a Four Nations Cup, where it'll be like a mini league, where we'll all play each other at home, and you get the points, and then so that is sounding good. So there's a lot of hard work that goes on behind the scenes because it's all voluntary, and it's hard work. It's like this weekend we're going to Birmingham for our training session, but the manager wanted to have a look at some other players, so she'd done trials. So Anita and I have been down last month to help her. So it's a long day because you've got a 2-hour session where they're doing the trials, and then we go and do our training 2 hours late, for 2 hours.
Yeah. So
it's a long day. You've got to be committed. But if it's a passion you love doing, I think you go to the ends of the earth to do it, don't you?
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. And as Gail said, Google walking football. As Gail said, there's more and more clubs joining, setting up, advertising for players. So, if you go on the forums on Facebook and I live here, are there any teams? And you'll get bombarded with people saying, yeah, come down. Like you said, we're all older ladies, older chaps as well play. And there's not that, I don't know what the word is. It's not competitiveness, but there's not you're welcomed. There's no sort of, you know, if you're young and playing out, you're all about the competition and stuff. It's more, for me, it's more about the camaraderie of it, and you know, people are welcoming. Doesn't matter what your standard is. Like you said, you don't have to be Phil Foden in and out and up and down the wing, or Lauren Hemp or anybody like that. Play at your own pace. It's all about, to me, it's all about having the crack and get down there and get it done. You'll love it.
Yeah, it's all about being involved. I mean, like Anita said there, there's different levels of, you know, there's different ages, and there's some players that, you know, you turn around and you go, wow, that she can play. And then your others and say, oh, bless, you know, she's just coming for the crack of it and everything. But there's no, she's not playing for us. You know, there's none of that. And there's so many different levels. But obviously the England level, it's a totally different scenario, that.
Yeah.
But any of the clubs, you know, everybody's welcoming.
That's great. Well, I mean, thank you both for the insight today, and thank you for your time, because it's been really good to speak to you both. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.